The old graveyard stood on a hill. It was surrounded by fog. The fog hid the graves. It whispered secrets. Alex had always been drawn to the graveyard. He had heard stories. People whispered about a curse. They said that anyone who entered would be trapped. Alex didn't believe the stories. He thought they were silly. Tonight, Alex was determined to prove the stories wrong. He walked up the hill. He stepped past the broken gate. He entered the graveyard. The fog closed around him. He was alone. The air grew cold. Alex shivered. He could hear whispers. They seemed to come from the shadows. He kept walking. The path was overgrown with weeds. The tombstones were cracked and broken. Some had fallen. They were covered in moss. Alex felt uneasy. He wanted to turn back, but something kept him moving forward, deeper into the graveyard, deeper into the fog. He was lost. The whispers grew louder. Alex couldn't understand the words, but he knew they were warnings. He stopped to listen. "Turn back!" a voice hissed. "Leave this place!" another voice moaned. Alex felt a cold hand on his shoulder. He spun around. No one was there. But he knew he was not alone. The whispers surrounded him. He was trapped. Section 4. Trapped. Alex started to run. He wanted to escape, but the path twisted and turned. It led him in circles. He was lost in a maze of the dead. The whispers followed him. They were closer now. They were angrier. They wanted him to stay forever. Alex fell to his knees. He couldn't escape. The graveyard had him. He was trapped. Section 5. The graveyard's embrace. The fog swirled around Alex. It felt like icy fingers pulling him down, dragging him into the cold ground. He closed his eyes. He imagined the faces of the people in the graves. Their empty eyes stared at him. Their cold hands reached for him. He was one of them now. Their whispers filled his mind. He couldn't escape their voices. He couldn't escape their grasp. He belonged to the graveyard now. Section 6. Forever Lost. When Alex opened his eyes, everything was different. The fog was gone. The graveyard was still and silent, but Alex was not himself. He looked down at his hands. They were pale and skeletal. He was no longer alive. He was a ghost, a prisoner of the graveyard. The whispers started again. This time Alex understood the words. They were his words. He was part of the curse. He would wander the graveyard forever, lost and alone.